Welcome back to the dollhouse. I am the doll, and I am back with another video. This one is all about lies and myths that keep multi generationally mixed women in the cycle of dating from a scarcity mindset. I am going to play a clip from a show called um, Ready to Love. It's a dating show that is on the Oprah Winfrey Network. It's a lie that gets told often.
Let's talk about dating, right?
It's tough because, women outnumber men, 10 to 1?
Oh, is
Something
that
like
right?
that. It's crazy here. So,
What she says about there being women 10 to 1 is wrong. As a matter of fact, according to the United States Census, there are more men in America for each age group until around age 55, where the uh, the women slightly begin to outnumber men. And the reason is because men get old and die. They die faster, they die sooner. So women, after a certain point, start to outnumber men. But up until then, men outnumber women. And if you are a multi-generational woman on this channel who is identified with your multiracial heritage, you are not considering dating just one specific race. You are dating not for race, but for the benefit of your lineage and your children. And your preferences may include race. However, I would recommend that if you are feeling like you're having a hard time with dating, I would recommend that you open up your pool to men that you may not have originally considered, because there are more men than women in the United States until the population reaches around age 55. So that's a lie that is perpetuated, that makes women date in scarcity. And there are some areas of the country where men outnumber women, some cities. If we take a look at a city like Atlanta, if we look at the United States Census website, the quick facts for the city of Atlanta, Georgia, female persons are at 50.6%, which is just slightly ahead of the male population. So don't get daunted by the farce that there are more men than women, especially in the dating years. Another lie that causes MGM women to date with a scarcity mindset is the lie that men don't reap the benefits of marriage and don't want to get married anymore. Men get a major boost from marriage because it boosts them socially. Women expand men both spiritually and socially. Socially in the community by allowing people to see that he is a decent enough human to maintain a relationship with a woman. And based on how she presents herself and moves about the world, it elevates his status, because the higher status that she is, the better it makes him look. The better a woman looks, the better it makes the man look. So they benefit socially by being seen around women and in your presence, and by being married to you. It increases their viability as men who are able to commit to something, and it helps them economically. Also, socially women's help men to expand socially by bearing their children, by keeping a family together, and by creating roots in the community, maintaining relationships with other members of the community and families by hosting events and parties and doing the things that typically women do and help men to do, expand socially, expanding socially and also spiritually is our role in their lives. And there are many other ways that we help men. They benefit greatly from marriage, and women do too. Let's really look at how we benefit when it's beneficial. And there are always reasons why it could be. There could be reasons to hold off and to not date. It has to add value to you as a woman, but we inherently bring value to a man's life through helping them expand socially and spiritually. So it's a lie that men don't want to get married and that they don't reap the benefits of marriage. That is not true. Another lie that is told to multi-generationally mixed women and light-skinned women of all races or nationalities, because there are light-skinned African women, and even Indian women who are dealing with colorism. The lie that is told is that your African MGM traits are not as attractive as your white, Latin, or Asian traits. That's something that us as a people have to contend with internally. And once we win that battle, it's easy to win the battle with the world, because anyone can be beautiful at any shade. Beauty is a reflection of your health and of balance, symmetry, harmony with your look. And you can look like somebody like Andre Leon Talley and be really very interesting to look at, appealing even in certain ways, because if you throw a wig and some makeup on Andre, I'm sure he would turn into a fantastic looking drag queen. God rest is his soul. I don't know why he's on my mind. Maybe it's because I'm looking at a copy of the Vogue. But you know what I mean. African traits are attractive. And for women who have ever had a fixation on a dark-skinned man, you can understand how those African features can take the breath out of your body. Just so it's the same for men's feeling with dark and women with African traits and round features, luscious features. So you can achieve beauty. And African traits have been used as a shaming tactic or a humbling tactic. I actually had a guy on a date one time try to humble me by mentioning a girl that he dated once. He had a quick affair with that was mixed, and she had a slimmer nose. She had a slim nose. And the relationship was during his teen years, and it wasn't even particularly good. It painted him in a negative light because it showed that he was really not serious and wastes women's time. So he only told me the story to try and humble me. The only reason he would mention those traits about the girl is because he felt like they stood out and that I would also feel some kind of comparative energy. It's triangulation, really. Anyway, those are some of the ways that women that are multi-generationally mixed are lied to about their dating prospects. So it can cause women in this category to date with a scarcity mindset, especially when you hear other things like, oh, men, they are going overseas to find these new brides that are, really sex workers that do the same thing for every man that touches down at the airport. And no shade to it, as long as they're getting something from these men other than promises of love, because these men are not there to get married. They're there to participate in sex trafficking. And MGM women might feel a little bit of jealousy when they think about the passport bros and the willingness for the women in these other countries to be so cooperative for such a low amount of money and a low amount of effort. But women should not be dismayed because there are millions of college age, working age, marriageable age, military age men crossing the border each year for the last few years. Watch this clip.
These are all single adult men. There is not a single woman or child in this group you're looking at. And these guys are coming in from all over the world. Large amounts of African men from Senegal, from Guinea, from Mauritania, from Egypt, others from the Middle East, others from Asia. This is Border Patrol's Tucson, Arizona sector, which just had 17,500 illegal crossings last week alone. That is the highest weekly total ever recorded.
I mean, so they can be passport bros. Let them go, honey, because if you really, really want to, if you really just boil down to it and you really want a man, you can be a sanctuary sis. Get you one of these build-a-mans if that's what you really, really want to do. Or, get one that's striving or something like that. I don't really know. But if you just have to have the companionship of a man, don't be dismayed about the men leaving the country. Be encouraged by the ones who are clamoring to get in and who have a desire to work hard. So anyway, I hope this is helpful and that you find some value in it. But if you've run across any other lies that have been told to multi-generationally mixed women, light-skinned and mixed women, biracial Americans, any lies that may have been told to women in these demographics that cause them to date in a scarcity mindset, I would be curious to read what you've experienced. So put it in the comments. Like the video. It costs nothing. I really appreciate it. It will help the channel grow and help more people to find me so that we can further the discussion. I'm looking forward to talking to you soon.